The Triumph Tiger has been around for 20 years. What started out as a dual-purpose adventure bike has steadily become more and more road-focused, with the off-road theme taken up by the Triumph Tiger Explorer. This Tiger Sport, the latest in the line, might have dual-purpose styling, but the wheel sizes definitely mean this is an on-road model. And the Sport name is pretty much there only to differentiate between the old Tiger 1050 and doesn't really indicate any change in purpose for the Tiger. I'm not entirely convinced by the looks of the Tiger Sport. To me, tall adventure styling allied to smaller road wheels look a bit odd. The colour scheme is smart, but it has to work hard to make any sense of the styling. Headlights are new and much improved over the old projector units. As with all modern-day Triumphs, the engine is a beauty. The 3-cylinder 1050cc motor has a broad spread of power, loads of usable punch, and is just so eager and willing. Power is up to 123 brake horsepower and 77 pounds of torque. And of course it sounds brilliant breathing through the optional Arrow silencer. The swing arm is a single-sided design, not from the Speed Triple as you might think, but it looks good and does provide more room to tuck in the exhaust system and create space for the larger optional panniers, which you do have to pay for, by the way. The frame is the same as before, but the steering angle is half a degree steeper and the wheelbase is slightly longer, changes which Triumph claim has improved precision and stability. The brakes are fitted with a new ABS system and have radially mounted calipers at the front. The wheels are new and unique to the Tiger Sport, and they come fitted with Pirelli's new Angel GT tyres. Switchgear is from the Tiger Explorer, so you can now scroll through the menu from the left handlebar rather than having to reach forward to the instruments. Revised handlebars, foot pegs and seat give a much more comfortable and sporting riding position, and the pillion sits lower too. On the move, the changes to the riding position are noticeable. The bars are set closer to the rider and the foot pegs mounted further forward, but that does mean that taller riders, and that means me, will find legroom a bit cramped after a few hours in the saddle. The narrower, lower seat is better for shorter riders, and the lower pillion position and new grab handles will make your passenger's life easier too. A firmer rear shock and revised damping settings front and rear keep things stable and will help with a fully laden bike. At 235 kilograms, the Triumph is relatively heavy and it does tend to wear this weight quite up high, but it doesn't seem to affect the handling or stability unduly. There's no getting away from that engine though. I've always loved the Triumph Triple and no matter what bike Triumph put it into, it just works. It must be one of the most versatile engines out there. And whilst I wasn't giving it horns on the twisty bits, the chassis and the brakes do nothing but inspire confidence. The Tiger Sport sits in a segment of the market that is getting pretty crowded, with bikes from Ducati, Aprilia, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki and BMW. While the Ducati and Aprilia are hugely expensive and almost in another league in terms of fancy electronics, rivals from Japan and the rest of Europe are nearer to the Tiger Sport. Crucially, the Triumph is cheaper than all but the Kawasaki Versys and the ancient Suzuki DL1000, and, in my opinion, is better than both those bikes. It might be a Tiger by name, but actually this bike purrs like a pussycat.
Triumph pitched this as a sports tourer, but to be brutally frank, I don't think it does either of those things very well. They're touting is a bit of an all-round bike, which is fine, but it's always going to be a compromise in one or other part of that description. What you should do is try and forget about pigeonholing it. Just accept it for what it is. A great engine in a great chassis and have a bit of fun with it.